Hello, I'm Kid Deep, and today we talk about basketball bets and how to improve them. Basketball has become a much more important sport to bet on since the American market has opened. So, what can you do to improve it? Here are my 5 ways. Number 1, I think entertainment is the number 1 part of basketball bets which has to improve. We are, as a sports betting business, are in the business of entertainment. We have to increase the entertainment value for the person who watches it on TNT or on NBA TV or on the League Pass in the internet. And that's what we have to focus on once we offer those bets. So how do we do that? We come to point 2. We need to increase the turnover and the speed of the bets which are decided during the NBA bet. If you have the NBA game and you bet on a team to win or to lose, or maybe even half or quarter, it just still takes a lot of time. But you could bet on a lot of different things within the quarter or even shorter time period, like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, etc. Or simply on the next basket. And that's where we go for the bets which you can offer. On the one hand, you have pre-game bets, which you can do. Let's say you could offer somebody a bet like which player hits 2 3-pointers first. That's something you could ask for. Or, of course, if you have like those big highlight games on TNT on Tuesdays or Thursdays or ESPN on Fridays, like matchups, like matchup between Steph Curry and LeBron James, who scores 10 points first or who scores 5 points first, etc. Once you have those highlight games, you need to provide the customer a chance to really bet on those premier matchups. Basketball is a star-driven league because you can see the player like right in the face and they are very recognizable. So once you have those big games, you as a betting operator can provide the customer with even more possible bets he can do between those stars. So that would be a nice thing. Another thing which you could do live is you can offer a bet where you have several players, like every player who is available on the court at the moment, and like bet who hits the next 3-pointer. So with every 3-pointer which goes up, there's a chance that this bet is decided. And once you have those kind of bets where it's like constant excitement, constant chance of somebody winning or losing, having also higher odds because you could bet on like a very unknown person in the starting lineup to score the first 3-pointer. Basically, a guy like, let's say, Andrew Wiggins or even Draymond Green for the Golden State Warriors. Or Yuta Watanabe for the Brooklyn Nets or so. Somebody who is like not as known, but then suddenly scores the next 3-pointer, and because of his lower status, you get higher odds, and that's something which is great to bet on. Those kind of things, those kind of bets where the action is guaranteed, that is something which we should really focus on in the basketball. But attention, those kind of bets are not offered by feeds or like general operators like Kambi or so. Those are things which you as a standalone operator have to provide yourself. And then you have to make a decision. Okay, is it worth it for me to do it manually by hand by one person to offer those bets or not? And this can only be decided after you're testing it. You're testing it if the customer likes that. And once a customer likes it, you can increase the betting limits. You have the advantage of having a higher bookmaker margin on those bets because you're the only one who offers it. So there's no comparison of prices really because you're the only one who offers this betting market. That is a huge advantage and might benefit operators who are there more creative. It's good for business, it's good, it's very entertaining, and it's good for the profit margin. So that's a nice thing. But finally, last point, fifth point, you as a bookmaker have to have a collaboration of all necessary parts of the company in order to make those special bets worthwhile. And that's not only for basketball, but for every sport, every main sport which you can promote. You need to have the marketing, the promotion, the customer service, the IT. You have them all having to collaborate together and come up with a common game plan where you can make the most out of your options which are available to you. You might have an IT where you can only do certain things because your betting software, your backend is only made for certain things. But then you work with what you got. Just because it's limited doesn't mean you can't do nothing. You might have to try a little bit harder or test something out and so on. And once you have that, then you can meet with the promotion, with the marketing, with the sponsorship, with the people with the leagues or so where you have already a sponsorship. And then find like a common game plan where you can make the entertainment more known to the customer so he can enjoy both watching the game and betting on the game at the same time. In companies where there is like a great communication between those two, those results will help each other, like each department. And I don't see that enough in many companies, and where I think like, okay, if they had known that, if the promotion had told the sports betting department that earlier, then they could have like really increased their betting turnover if they had worked together instead of like separately. Okay, that's enough for today. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I see you in my next video next week. See ya.